Robert Kraft. Ben Simmons celebrated his 22nd birthday last night at a couple clubs in Vegas, as one does. And in his entourage were Meek Mill, 46-year-old Sixers co-owner Michael Rubin, and 77-year-old Patriots owner Robert Kraft. Bomani, why is Bob Kraft here? And let's examine the videotape to evaluate.
Yeah, there we go. Also, I think it's fair to ask why the Josh Rubin dude is there. I guess that he's got a good relationship with his players, but I don't want the owner at my birthday party if I'm 22. And by the way, if I'm the owner, I don't necessarily want Meek Mill at Ben Simmons' birthday party. They did him wrong, but his judgment ain't great. And there's Bob Kraft. He likes these crowds. He likes these rooms.
I think Michael Rubin, right, he is essential to the Meek Mill getting out of jail story, and that's why he is popped up. Michael Rubin, right. But the Bob Kraft, it's interesting because this dude is a player's owner. And by that I mean, you know who's not in these pictures is Bill Belichick.
No.
Bob Kraft likes hanging out with the athletes.
Yeah, but hold on though. Bill Belichick is not in these pictures. You know who else is in these pictures? Any New England Patriots, right? If I showed you these pictures of Bob Kraft with all these people and I said, I want you to pick out the team that keeps sprouting out wide receivers like Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola and Chris Hogan. Is that the guess that you would have? The image of we see him at the Rock Nation brunch. We see him hanging with Jay-Z and Beyonce. We see him in all these places that have nothing to do with the New England Patriots. How about you bring some of this personality to the New England Patriots?
Can we show America the other photos of Bob Kraft making his way through the world?
No, look at this, man. There he is posted up with Gucci Mane and again with Meek Mill. Right, and by the way, there's an alternate show that looks at Meek Mill and it's like, wow, why is he in this picture with Bob Kraft? There he is with A-Rod.
Our colleague A-Rod and J-Lo.
That's a jet, isn't it?
That is a jet.
That is Rick Ross.
Yes.
There's Rick Ross. I also want to know how many of these people in these pictures with him know who he is. Does Beyonce have any idea who he is, or is that just another rich white man that they had champagne with?
But I think they must know who he is, and this is the fun of being a billionaire sports owner instead of a billionaire businessman, is that you get to be a guy around town who is hobnobbing, who is cool, who has cultural currency, who says, hey, come to the game next week. And that's fun.
You think Nas knows who that dude is? You think that when they took that picture, that Nas is like, yo, it's the homie Bob Kraft, owner of the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots?
We have seen so many photos of him with VIPs from areas of the world we did not expect. No, I can only conclude that the answer is yes.
I'm sure that Jay-Z knows him, he knows Jay-Z. I get that. That's who got him in the room. You act like you ain't never been in a room before and everybody's like, yo, who the hell's this guy? How'd he get here? Not everybody. I don't feel like he's walking in and it's like Cheers and he walks in the room and they're like, Bob! Robert. I don't think that's what's going on here with Bob Kraft. Some of these cats are like, yo, who is Johnny on the spot that's always here with Jay?
By the way, that's why they know who Bob Kraft is.
Why? Because they think he's the Illuminati?
Because he's throwing up the rock and he may actually plausibly be a member of the Illuminati.
And that would be why
who shows up everywhere?
Right, that would be why they didn't know who he is. What they do know is he must be rich. Right, that's the conclusion that they've drawn. The only way they letting that old man kick it with him like that is if he is rich.